Hi, it's nice to see you again.
I see you as well.
So how have you been doing? How are you feeling?
I feel great. Not stressing about college or family members anymore.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. So last time, the main focus was, the issue with your smoking and how your family felt about it. So have you been smoking as much as you were last time I saw you?
No, I went to see the counselor like you asked, and we talked about some tips to help me not go back to smoking any more marijuana.
Wow, I'm glad to hear it. So why do you think there has been such a positive change for you?
I feel like I'm dealing with less stress and trying to live a studious and productive lifestyle. I'm not trying to go back to that old lifestyle that I was living.
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad to see that working with Counselor Smith has helped you and the tips and techniques he's shown you are working. Also, how have you been handling your stress? Is that still a major issue for you?
No, because I did like you asked and got a hobby involving cooking. And it keeps me distracted from the negative thoughts that I would have when I was smoking.
It's wonderful that you have found something to occupy your time and has grabbed your interest. That is a very important thing, especially when you're trying to break a habit. So how have you been dealing with the pressure from your family and them not really having their approval?
I tried to stop wanting to meet their expectations and try to achieve the goals that I had made for myself. Because I'm not living for them, I'm living for myself.
Right. I would like to acknowledge that you have taken charge of your stress and the issue with your family and really have such a positive outlook on things. So I want to say I'm very proud of you for making that change. However, it also concerns me that your family's approval is still affecting you in your daily life. So how much would you say this still affects you, from often to slightly to rarely?
I would say that often, because even though I'm almost graduating, I still feel as though they're still not proud of me. After I'm not even involving myself into drugs anymore, they're still not proud.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. However, would you be comfortable speaking with a life coach about your concerns and dealing with your family?
I would.
That's great. So now I would like to focus on a positive way to deal with your stress and your needing your family's approval so that you can focus and stay on task in finishing school and graduation.
Okay.
So last time we met, you mentioned how you feel your parents still aren't proud of you and how you really, like you said, you stopped using drugs, you're doing well in school, about to graduate. So have you considered discussing this with them and explaining to them how you're feeling?
I really don't like talking to my family members or friends about my problems, because I feel like I'm putting my situations on them and then they have to stress about how I feel.
Right.
So I try to make sure that everybody else is good and I worry about myself.
Right. So the issue is made more difficult because you are not discussing your feelings with your family or your friends because they are your support system. And the fact that you just said you're making sure everyone else is good before yourself, we should really, that's a good quality to have. However, self-care is the most important care. So now some objectives I would like for you to work on for our next meeting include discussing your feelings for approval with your family and letting them know how this is affecting you. You know, you're about to graduate and you'll be going into the workforce now. So you don't want to, be off task at your job. Also continuing with Counselor Smith and staying on the positive path you were already on. And again, self-care. So, any more questions, comments, or concerns?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, this was a great second session, and it was wonderful to see all the progress you have made thus far. You should be proud of yourself. I am proud of you.
Thank you.
And you should really acknowledge all that you have accomplished so far and reflect on the goals you have reached and set and everything that you have done with the help of Dr. Smith, myself, but most importantly, you making the change and being your best self.
Thank you. I just would like to say that I really appreciate your help. You didn't have to do it, but you did.
You're welcome, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.